was Robin Williams' rapid fire persona what he did all the time? In other words, when the red light went off,
no.
Did he change?
Yeah, good question, Mike. No, it was like when I'm telling you, in the heat of the moment in the comedy clubs, 44th and 9th, I was talking about as funky as you can get, man. New York City in the 70s, you know, and we'd go on stage, and then the room would explode with laughter with Robin on it, and then we would improvise on stage together with the great Robin Williams. Then when you had the quiet moment afterwards, and I've said this before, there's always, you know, the comics always whine, they always complain, there's always a problem, you know. They roll their eyes. And even in the heat of SNL with millions of people watching, Robin was like I've never, ever seen. And I think what is so upsetting today in that all of us losing the great Robin Williams is that he is one of a kind where there was never that negativity. There was never that angst. There was never, you know, off stage. There was never that sarcastic, attitude.
Like the cynicism a lot of guys have.
Never saw it, Mike. You know, but that, and I can't say that's not anybody else. You know. But he wouldn't be described as quiet when he wasn't performing, though. Or was he? When he wasn't performing, yes. Quiet when he wasn't performing. Quiet. Yeah. And like I would go to talk with him because I remember this. I have to tell you, we went from Manhattan out to someplace in Long Island to shoot this Bud Light. It was a parody of a commercial that I wrote, and Robin agreed graciously to be in it. And so it's he and I in the back of a car, and you know, as they took us out from NBC out to someplace in Long Island at 4:00 in the morning because we had to get there early to shoot this. You know, something that was going to be on Saturday. You generally shoot it around like Thursday,
right?
And it was he and I, and I looked and I said, here's this young genius. And I'm looking at him, and I remember, and his eyes were closed, and he was almost meditating, and there was a calmness in the back of that car that I have never experienced from anybody. And I've worked with the great, but that was Eddie and I. Eddie and I, we'd be riffing back and forth, doing shtick and everything else. You know, Robin was quiet and inward, very inward. You look back now, Mike Gallagher, you figure what was going on in his mind at that time. You know, but all I know, there was an aura around this guy, and it was very special to be around.